Hi, welcome back to the Blissful Heart channel. My name is Desiree Lee, and I am here to give you your weekly Bliss Fix, an energy read for the collective for the week of March 23rd to March 30th, 2018. Hi, welcome back to my channel, to all of my subscribers, and for anybody that's new, I do both energy reads for the collective, which is for your soul and spiritual growth, and twin flame readings for the collective. This is the energy read, and I always love doing these. We have some really cool energy coming through. I am in a celebratory spring equinox mood, so happy spring equinox. I'm embracing my hippie nature today. And so we have that blue moon coming up on the 31st, which is the second full moon in the month of March, and it is a full moon in Libra. But we also have Mercury retrograde starting on the 22nd, which is in 2 days for me. But I feel like we have this really interesting kind of pushing and pulling energy, because the spring equinox is really giving us this like go do stuff, get proactive, and then Mercury retrograde is asking us to kind of slow down. Plus the blue moon energy is kind of one of healing and bringing up sadness or past pain. So we're still kind of working through things. So I really feel like as we feel this push-pull to try to find balance in the center of it, and I really think we're going to see a lot of that in this week's reading, because even though the full moon is on the 31st and this is till the 30th, the energy of the full and new moons can, spread approximately 3 days prior to and 3 days after the moon's energy. So I think we're going to see some of that in this week's reading. Now, I will be doing a live full moon reading for free on my Facebook, and this will be the last one that I do for free on Facebook. But the good news is that for only $1 a month, which is practically free, on my Patreon page, you will still be able to see the live new moon and full moon readings. And on top of that, it's going to be something that people that aren't on Facebook will be able to see. So if you're thinking about joining my Patreon and worried that you won't be able to see those, if you can watch if you can watch YouTube, you can watch those live readings through Patreon. So I know I've gotten emails in the past if I do it any other way, and I've only done it on Facebook, but that will be changing for the Patreon, and it will be available to you through Patreon. So that's good news. Plus, for that $1 a month, you get a 24-hour early pass to my twin flame and my energy reads. And then I'm offering for $5 a month, I'm doing separate readings. They're only monthly, but it is going to be for twin flames in limbo or in non-communication, and also doing one monthly read for twin flames in union or very close to union. So I'm going to have 2 monthly reads for $5 a month, in addition to everything you get for the $1 a month donation. So you can check my Patreon link in the description box below if you want to be a part of that. And I just greatly appreciate all of those who have already donated to me. Thank you so much for your support. It means a lot to me, and I just appreciate you, so thank you. Let's see. What else? We do have Easter coming up on April 1st, which will also be in next week's reading. But again, I do feel like there's going to be some ebbing of the energy in this week's. So, yeah. I think I've covered everything. I think we should get started. For the reading today, I'm going to be using the Akashic Tarot, which I have used in the past. Actually, I've used all these decks before, but the Akashic Tarot, the Chakra Insight Oracle, and the Earth Magic Tarot. Might be using the Whispers of Love as well. But let's go ahead and take a peek. Angels of Truth, Love, and Light, what is the overall energy of the week of March 23rd to the 30th? Thank you, God. Thank you, angels. Overall energy for the week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, card 87, Synchronicity. That is a 15, which could be broken down to a 6. I mean, yeah, right? I feel like it's always going on. And one of the things I just want to mention before I even go anywhere else right now is that with synchronicities, even if you don't fully understand what the numbers are, you can always look that up. I Google that all the time, or I used to. Now I'm pretty familiar with it, and I've created my own interpretation. But when you're seeing a lot of them, it simply means that you're in alignment, okay? I mean, just as a general thing. You're in alignment and you're on the right track. And that's just one of the things I kind of take it as like a nod from the angels. You're doing the right thing. You're going the right direction. Keep it up, you know. That's just like a general thing that I want to share. So for the secondary message for our overall energy, I'm going to the Earth Magic Oracle. Angels of Truth, Love, and Light, what is the secondary message of the overall energy of the week of March 23rd to the 30th? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Rain, purification. Oh, I love that. Because in California, there's been quite a bit of rain, which we're super grateful for. I feel like it makes sense due to the Mercury retrograde happening. So let's pull those cards up on the screen. We have synchronicity and rain purification for the overall energy of the week. So I really do feel that we are coming into alignment. I feel that the number of synchronicities and other like animal totems and music on the radio, just other signs and symbols are coming through very, very clearly right now. And I consider it like this kind of thinning of the veil between illusion and truth. And I also see it as like portal openings or opportunities for big shifts and transitions. So one of the things that I've always kind of like had like a dilemma about is sometimes you'll hear people talk about a portal and it's like, it's a 24-hour portal and you better get on board. And, I don't feel like that's always the case. I kind of feel like we get prepared for those portals before they come. And then there's still a little bit of an opportunity after a 24-hour period of the portals. I do feel like it's definitely an energetic shift. And so what I'm really feeling for this week that we're going to see a lot of is this idea of getting signs and symbols and feeling blessed, but also being confronted with any pain or trauma that we are working on letting go of and healing. So this rain purification idea is really about letting ourselves feel what we need to feel and address what we need to address about ourselves and, give yourself time. Honestly, this feels like, a trickling effect of last week's message of like self-care, self-love. But I feel like it's definitely a purging that needs to take place. And this blue moon energy is definitely going to be a part of that. From what I read up on it, it is going to be awakening any sadness or grief or loss or pain. So, allow yourself to feel whatever it is that's coming up and realize that it's about purifying you so that you can elevate your energy. We've got to let go of dead weight, right? So that we can make these portal shifts. So let's go ahead and take a look at the week, the breakdown of the week. I'm going to pull from the Akashic Tarot first, and we're going to look at the first part of the week, approximately the 23rd and the 24th. What is going on in the first part of the week, angels? Ooh, jumping out. We have card 14, Initiation and the Count Saint Germain. This card screams portal opening or preparation, yeah? And then the middle of the week, approximately the 25th, 26th, we have Two of Forces, the Willow. That's a beautiful imagery. Okay, and then for the tail end of the week, we're looking at the 28th, 29th, 30th approximately. We will be experiencing Two of Keys, the Treasure. Well, that is two twos. And then for the secondary message, I'm going to the Chakra Insight Oracle. Angels of Truth, Love, and Light. For the secondary message here, for the beginning part of the week, we have Initiation and the Count Saint Germain and Relationships, card 9. Intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. Feeling forgiveness energy there. And then the middle part of the week, we have Two of Forces, the Willow, and card 38, which could be an 11, the Mind. Openness, flexibility, imagination, learning. Just feeling the energy. Feels very powerful and transformational. I really do feel like we're going to feel extra guidance, like closer, right? It's about those thinning of the veils. I feel like we'll feel closer to our guides. So the tail end of the week, we have 2 of keys, the treasure, and card 37, seeing. So these are both third eye chakra cards. And it's 37, 38, and this is 7, 8, this is a 10, so we have 10, 11, 9, 10, 11. Anyway, perspective, truth, knowledge, and clarity. Ooh, I love this. I love this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit with these, and I will be right back. Okay, so I've had a minute to sit with the cards, and what do you know? It pretty much echoes everything I talked about in the beginning of this reading. So I'm just so excited to share it with you still. Let's take a look at the first 2 cards of the week. We have 14, initiation in the Count Saint Germain, and 9, relationships, intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. So this initiation card is definitely about us being encouraged or being supported to evolve to a new higher level of experiencing life. This is about shedding dead weight, right? Looking at what is holding us back because spirit or angels are lifting us up. We are graduating, okay? This is a time for raising our vibration and raising our frequency. But, in order to do that, I always, think of the analogy of the hot air balloon. You need to get rid of the sandbags, right? So this is definitely about also, throughout the week, we'll see more of this, but reflecting on what's not serving us. In the first part of the week, the secondary card is talking about relationships, okay? Intimacy, freedom, acceptance, and trust. So, I do feel that because it's associated with this initiation card that we're really going to have a brand new perspective on relationships. And the relationships card is very much asking you to, come into a space of acceptance of everybody, really evaluate the friendships and relationships that you have in your life. Recognize where you're feeling heavy or where you feel like somebody's taking from you, and where you feel light or where you enjoy somebody's company. Also, this applies especially for people that would classify themselves in the category of codependent behavior. Recognize when you're giving out of guilt, fear, shame, or want of something in return, right? So I do feel like this at the beginning part of the week here, and it will probably carry throughout the week, but really evaluating codependent behavior, but also celebrating the healthy, functional relationships that you have. And this also includes your relationship with yourself. So finding freedom in our experience with our community and our friends and the people that are in our lives, and accepting people for how they are without putting expectation on them to be anything but who they are. This is a very powerful process, and I really hope that everybody can kind of open up into that space, because I do feel that we are, again, what I was saying when I was pulling the cards, I feel like there's a lot of angel guidance right now. So if you struggle with that, just pray, ask the Count Saint Germain to help you through this process. So we move into the middle of the week, and we have the 2 of forces, the willow, and 38, the mind, openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. So amazing. The Chakra Insight Oracle cards for both the middle and the end of the week are very, very similar. But the 2 of forces is talking about being like the willow tree, getting grounded in your foundation, but also finding a sense of peace and serenity. When you think of a willow tree, they're so beautiful and they flow. There's like this kind of like, I always think of the weeping willow, right? So there is a bit of like drama to the tree, right? But it is always grounded in the earth, and it is connected into a foundation. So the card is talking, this is essentially the 2 of wands, okay? But the card is talking about building a strong foundation with your home, with your family, with spirit, with yourself, okay? And then the secondary card, the mind, is about openness, flexibility, imagination, and learning. And so this card is really asking us to take a look at our ability to manifest reality, okay? So in essence, what's happening here in the middle of the week is that we are gonna be confronted with, again, this whole week, I feel like anything that is of a lower vibration is being asked to be cleared, right? So this idea of the mind is like asking us to take a look at how we are perceiving the world, okay? And what kind of things we're projecting out there in terms of what we're manifesting, and in terms of expectation. Again, expectation will always get you into trouble. And I talked about that last week, about like releasing expectations, but always having hope and trust and faith in how things are going to unfold. But like allowing people and life to be whatever it is, and to stay open to the light. So this is this idea of learning how to manifest. I mean, I really feel like the bigger message here is recognizing your power. The best way to do this is a meditation, obviously. When we meditate, we get present. And I've talked about this last week. I mean, a lot of these lessons carry over a period of weeks. And honestly, I feel like this is something we've been building on and building on. You could say your whole life, but I would say like since the beginning of the year, we've been kind of in this tumultuous journey. And we're finally starting to get a sense of grounding and stability right now. And so there's this calling out to reflect on everything that's transpired, and then to get really centered on what you're releasing and what you want to manifest, what you want to focus on. Okay, so journaling is also another really good thing to do here. I really encourage it. It's a very healthy tool that can help you release, right? And who knows, you might have the gift of being able to channel when you journal, and that's just letting your higher self or your angel guides kind of write through you. And you can always like get your pen and paper and set that intention and see what happens. But we'll go ahead and move into the tail end of the week, because it's a very similar message. We have the Two of Keys, which is the Two of Pentacles, the Treasure, and then 37, seeing, perspective, truth, knowledge, and clarity. Okay, so the Two of Keys has two, it's a double meaning card. I mean, all the cards are, but I felt called to actually mention both the upright and the reverse meaning of this card, because the upright meaning is pretty bleak. It's like this idea of feeling a terrible sense of loss, right? So again, the tail end of the week is when we're going to start to feel the energy of the blue moon on the 31st. I like I said, I feel like we're going to start to feel it, and then it'll be more intense on the 31st, and then it'll start to fade out again. But there is going to be this upheaval taking place. Now, this could be happening only emotionally, like within your own mind, consciousness, psyche, soul. But it could also be manifesting in the 3D world as well. Disruption, a sense of being taken advantage of, or robbed, or betrayed, and then focusing on that loss and feeling angry or resentful or sad about it. Okay, but the reverse of the card is, yes, you suffered loss, but when it happens, you're like, okay, this happened for a reason. Why did this happen? What lesson am I learning? Did I place expectations on somebody and then they weren't able to show up for the big expectations I played, and so now I'm feeling betrayed, like I was taken advantage of when there really wasn't, any promises being made. I just expected things, or, maybe they did make me promises and I trusted the wrong person. Again, why do I do that, right? But instead of like that attitude, which would be the upright, of being like, okay, so the lesson here is that I should not trust certain people, that I should trust my intuition, because I knew, right? I did that for over a decade. I feel like I did that for at least 2 decades, maybe more. of like, I knew it, man. Why didn't I listen to myself? You know, that action. And, you know, just, you know, with that, you know, that comes, that goes into like empaths and being intuitive or being a healer. Again, it always goes back to clearing codependent behavior. And I could do a whole video about being an empath and being codependent and how to decipher, you know, when giving is too much. I've always do little tidbits on it. I feel like I did do a little bit on that for the new moon reading. It's still on my Facebook page if you want to go back and watch that. But okay, then with the seeing card is perspective, truth, knowledge, clarity. So again, both the mind card in the previous set of cards and this seeing card are connected with our intuition, our third eye chakra. And the seeing card is all about intuition and having perspective and having clarity and seeing things for what they are. Okay, so I mean, the overall message, and I'm getting chills on this, you know, we are evolving as soul spirits, right? This is a very real event that is taking place. This is not something that is just specialized to twin flames. And it is not just specialized to light workers or healers. However, we're more sensitive to it and more aware of it. And we have a greater potential in terms of maximizing the power of this energy. But the entire planet is going through a shift, okay? And so when you resist, it persists. So whatever you're resisting or pushing or suppressing or refusing to let go of or refusing to confront or you're ignoring will continue to persist, okay? The pain that you hold on to will not disappear by itself. That being said, when you've dedicated a lot of time and a lot of energy and you've done a ton, I'm talking about like years of work on yourself, there comes a point where you just have to say, I've done the best I can. I'm going to just celebrate where I am today. And I'm going to allow myself to just let everything go and be passionate and be joyous about life and, you know, and just be who I am and accept who I am. And yeah, maybe I'm fucked up from my parents or fucking my last relationship. Maybe I am a shit show, but hey, I'm the most beautiful shit show I can be today. And I am super happy about who I am right now because I'm better than I was, you know? And I feel like, and I had a reading with somebody today where that was the message for them. And, you know, there comes a time where it's like we groove a record when we're healing ourselves. And so it's like we do the healing work, we do the healing work, we do the healing work, we do the healing work. We're like, why am I still working on this block? This block is still here. Shift your focus, okay? My whole arm is electrified right now. I wish you guys could see the goosebumps. Shift your mind, okay? I do feel like there comes a point in our healing journey where we're just stuck because we are focusing on being stuck, right? So maybe you've put yourself in a corner, right? Maybe you've stuck yourself. You can unstuck yourself, right? You just have to say, enough. I accept, right? Goes right back to the beginning of the week with relationships, with yourself. Free yourself. Accept where you are today. Notice what you're projecting out there and manifest the beauty that you want to experience. And it can start with affirmations and mantras and journaling and saying, this is what I want. I let go of that. You know, there is that struggle with the egoic mind or the negative mind, as they call it in Kundalini Yoga. But we want to get into the spiritual mind or the neutral mind where we are connected with our higher consciousness. So meditate, journal, get present, and be conscious of your thoughts. Overall. All right, so let's go ahead and pull the final outcome message. And yes, I am pulling from the Whispers of Love Oracle, Angels of Truth, Love, and Light, as our final guidance message for this really amazing, powerful week. Jumping out, we have card 48, which is a 12. So we have that 10, 11, 12. And we have 14 and 15. No, 13. Okay. Demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on that. I'll pull this up on the screen. So one of the things with this Whispers of Love Oracle is that I find that I allow my guides to reinterpret them because I do have some discrepancies with some of the interpretations of the cards. In this scenario, this demonstrate love energy is much more directed towards you, okay? I do feel this is a tremendous, tremendous week of healing ourselves and giving back to ourselves. This message has been coming through since last week, you know, with all the sickness and the viruses going around and the weakness and the tiredness. We need to give to ourselves. You most likely are very depleted, okay? I'm not going to say that across the board because I know it's not true, but I feel like a majority of you have overextended yourselves for too long, and it is vital, okay? Spirit is like, it is vital this week to maximize your potential, all right? Love yourself. If you can get into a Kundalini yoga class, I swear to you, that practice, Kundalini yoga in particular, will amp up your energy. It will recharge your battery. It will get you grounded. It will get you focused. It will connect you with your higher consciousness. It will connect you with your connection to God consciousness. I mean, if you've got a studio in your town, see if you can get there. I'm going to be leading that workshop on Sunday. If you're in Orange County or in Southern California, come to Dana Point. Check out my website. I've got a link for it there. I'm doing a 3-hour Kundalini workshop. But, you know, I'm just saying, it's one of the most powerful practices you can give yourself, more than any other yoga that I've ever experienced in my lifetime of yoga practice, which is a little over 10 years now. Kundalini Yoga's thebomb.com. So if you can, do that, but I really want you to find out what is important to you and act on it, okay? Don't worry about other people right now, because that'll come into play later, okay? I want you to make this week about you, and really like clearing and healing and letting go. It's not going to be an easy week, right? I mean, even though the overall message is freaking amazing and beautiful, there is definitely going to be some shit to confront. And depending on how long you've been ignoring it, it could get pretty gnarly for you this week. So, you know, I pray and hope that all of you take the time to take care of yourselves and to really take advantage of this opportunity to elevate your vibration and to allow yourself to be healed. Pray to your guides, pray to your angels, pray to who you pray, but, you know, get there, get some clarity, help yourself this week, put everybody else on the back burner, at least for a week, okay? If you can, do the best you can. I know if you're a parent, slightly different story, but just find time wherever you can and take care of yourself. I am sending you so much love and light, and I will talk to you next week. Mwah.